you'll be living under fear that if you exercise your constitutional rights, you end up in committee. But young Kenyans are beyond that. In fact, they are so amazingly fixated with the idea of liberating their country that nobody, no amount of intimidation will deter them. And of course, they're also riding on the shoulders of younger legislators, people like Caleb Atemi here, Dan Maanzo and others, Babu Owino, claiming which political parties they belong to. They are saying we are young Kenyan leaders. We want this country to be better than, and of course for some of us believe we must leave it better than we found it. So, our sponsors for this event, we remain ever grateful. Don't think these are fewer. These are very solid minds. And I was trying to see whether they're gender sensitive, because then I would declare the meeting unconstitutional. And I see they are. The mix is good. But I want to urge you then, you must resolve to remain vigilant, to be able to say no to corruption. Somebody told us this morning, now this thing about corruption has hit the glass ceiling, went beyond. It is now a way of life for Kenya. You must refuse that. Because how can corruption be a way of life in Kenya? There are things that must happen. Because if we say no to corruption in real time, we'll be able to give our young Kenyans free secondary education. There'll be no problem with capitation. It's the thieving ability of our leadership that has astounded the nation and also astounded the region. At a time when we should be reaping from the youth budge, what the world has recognized as a youth budge. You do not have this big problem in Europe. Europe is getting older. But Africa is bouncing. Not even COVID. COVID could not decimate our populations. We are coming up. And these are young people. Some of them benefited from President Kibaki's program on free primary education. By the way, I was Kibaki's vice president. So a little credit should come my way. All right? I've seen it all. As Minister for Environment, as Minister for Tourism. I was a Deputy Speaker for a whole 5 years. I've seen it all. I've seen political treachery. I have seen people going to detention the wrong way. But we say, afadhali here at detention, somebody will come like this young man has brought me this paper, come and serve your document, you're going to detention. What is this thing called abduction? Abduction? Just to defeat the fact the Constitution outlawed detention without trial. Stand up. The time to stand up, young Kenyans, is now. From across the political divide. I must be honest with you, some of us watched it, we saw these excesses, and now, for whatever it means, I will stand where the people are and defend the Constitution properly. Properly. And I just wanted to pass this over to you, and while I suggest, Kidi, a structured inter-party dialogue involving the young Kenyans. Now, my friend Raila Odinga, whom I've had the honor to deputize 10 years, and then support him another 5 years unconditionally, hoping he was going to become the leader, because I thought Raila Odinga and I shared basic commitment to this country. Now my brother is on the other side. I'm left standing. And believe you me, I'll stand until there's real change in Kenya. Because one time, one of the leading papers, I think it was Standard, put up a headline, "The Last Man Standing." You see in the paper saying, "The last man standing." I said, yes, somebody has to stand. Because if we all now here say yes, sir, and get compromised beyond recognition, what happens to the future of this country? So we must dig in. And I'm here to tell you, dig in. Look at the values we have under Constitution 2010 and Article 10. Look at your rights. Also recognize we are not an island nation when it comes to the issue of human rights, for example. Human rights are universal, and we have imported all those UN resolutions under Article 1920 of our Constitution. They have become part of our domestic law. So I'm just here to encourage you to stand strong. And believe you me, we'll be with you, whether or not you are Wiper Patriotic Front or Democratic Party or UDA, because I can tell you, a time is coming when Kenyans are going to say, wait. It cannot be any other way than change. The change that has eluded this nation is coming. So don't give up. Help is around the corner, and play your role. Play your role fearlessly and strongly. What Kenya needs is really not strong men anymore. Africa, strong men. Kenya needs strong institutions. We have the EACC, for example. Is it strong? Is it compromised? When William Ruto, the president, went to, before he left to the summit, Tokyo, Africa summit, in some place in Japan, he put together what he called a multitask agency to fight corruption. After telling members of parliament, you are all corrupt. And then members of parliament, I'm told they did not eat lunch at that KCB retreat. They all left. He said, man, how can you tell us corrupt? And it is you who sends this corruption money to get us to impeach your deputy president, to impeach whatever, and the numbers are known. How can you call us corrupt? So you can now see, yeah, you can give a dog a bad name and then kill it. It's a challenge to you then, members of parliament. What are you going to do to let Kenyans believe that you are still leaders and you have a little spine left in you? Now, if you're spineless, I tell you, the practice of Kenyans after every 5 years, they actually, over 80% of leaders, members of parliament and senate, go home. It